Hey everyone, it's Matt from Cruises, Rooms, and Reviews. We're back on Oasis of the Seas and we're checking out a junior suite, room 14636 on the 14th deck. We'll go through the ins and outs of this room and let you know whether we'd stay in it again at the end. Let's check it out. So we're in, again, 14636. Probably about a third up from the aft elevators. We'll head on in. And let's turn around, show you the entryway. So you'll see on your left as you come in the door, you do have your bathroom door. We'll show that in a bit. And on your right, your door to your closet. Of course, the back of the door, as always, you have your muster information and your magnet to use if you want to be not disturbed or have your room cleaned while you're out and about. You also do have your switches. These stickers were put on about 2 weeks ago, and these blue stickers here. So it used to be just a white switch with this master switch saying right there, but they put these blue stickers on to make things much more obvious, I guess, for people. And then you have your two different switches to control the lighting in the room. You also have your bathroom light switch and your standard dial HVAC control and a floor to ceiling mirror. Let's go check out the main part of the room. So in this room, you do have your Royal King bed, which is very comfortable, I would say. We've had some good nights sleeping in this bed. 4 comfortable pillows, and to the left and to the right, you do have your nightstands. These are the open variety, no sides or drawers or anything, so you don't want anything on here that could be easily knocked off if you care either way. But they are very handy to store things. And of course, your reading lights. Same thing on this side. We've just thrown a few things on there on this side. On this side, what to show you though is you do have your phone. These phones do not have any USB connectors, so you won't be charging off the phone. But one great thing about the junior suites in the Oasis class ship is if you pull the one side back where the phone is and look back, let's see, I'll pull this back. There is a single US outlet back there. So if you want to be able to charge things, please take advantage of that outlet. And I'll slide that back. You do have a dimming control for the lights. In fact, let's turn things up a bit because it is a bit dark in here. And then 2 also duplicate controls for the lighting. And of course, another reading light for that side. So that's the bed area. It is on the left as you come in the room and closer to the inside, closer to the bathroom, not close to the balcony. You do have this sofa. It's a nice wide sofa, I would say. From that perspective, it is quite nice. Some artwork up above it, a light over there. But going back to the sofa, I would say 2 things to note. One is this is not a pull-out sofa, so you're not going to have 3 or 4 people in this room. You are going to have 2 people, so this is not a sleeper. Also, it isn't very wide this way. So I don't know, this is going to be hard to show, but when I sit in it, my knees sit way out from beyond. It's not a very deep sofa, so it's a little less comfortable to sit on than, say, I'll put a link up above. We did a review of almost the exact same room on the other side of the ship. I think it was 14236. Same location, same room type, but it has a sleeper sofa, and I found the depth much better for sitting in that sofa than this one. So just a few notes there about the sofa. But the room itself, again, you know, it's a junior suite. It's on Oasis. They have plenty of room, plenty of windows, lots of natural light coming in. You do have a small table with some nice flowers on it and some storage room and a comfortable chair. No ottoman to use, but I guess you could use that table if you really wanted to. Sorry, we got a few pool towels there. Then the interesting shelf, I always call this, I don't know what its original intention was when the ship was designed, but for now, they are putting, in the junior suites at least, the Lavazza coffee maker. So if you are a fan of espresso, we don't drink coffee, so not our thing. This is just something that takes up room for us, but if you are an espresso, I've heard people do enjoy this machine. So, and then there's also some tea there and such, and a mirror. And we use it to store a few cups that we use. So let's move back and go to the vanity area of the main room. So try to get a full shot of that, and then we'll go through it. So as you come in, first thing on the right that you see here is a nice cabinet with a ton of storage inside of it. I mean, one thing about these junior suites is you do get spectacular amounts of storage. So plenty of cabinets there. And of course, one thing to note is this is where your safe is. I don't know if I'd call it disappointing thing, but just something to note is the safes on these ships are very small. So you're not going to be putting, I don't think even a tablet would fit inside of this unless it didn't have a case on and you're squishing it. But your phones, your wallets, your passports, valuables, you know, good for that. So I'll close that up and move on. You'll see you have 3 different, I guess, columns of drawers to utilize. I will say this one here, the first one here, it's a little bit tough to get open and close. I mean, not hard, but it doesn't glide smoothly like the other ones. It takes a little bit of effort. So just something to note, but you know, overall, you know, you can see my hand here. These are quite deep, so you get a lot of storage in them compared to some of the older ships. And of course, the decor is nice. You get the lighter woods, the nice handles. Just, you know, an upgrade over some of the older ships like the Voyager and Freedom, and of course going way back to like the Vision class ships. Of course, you do have this nice granite top. From a materials perspective is also very nice. And sorry, we've got a lot of stuff on here this week. And so you'll look over here, and behind these mirrors, you do get some additional storage. Now, these would be good for, you know, as my wife's been putting her cosmetic items in here, but they aren't very deep, these shelves. So you're not going to store anything large in there. And you do have a repeat of that on the other side. So again, plenty of storage in these rooms. Let's get back down to the vanity. You do have a light switch for your mirror light. And then you have your outlets. So you have 2 US outlets, 1 European outlet, a telephone port that is not used. Then you have your mirror with lighting. Let's see what that looks like without the lighting. That's a little bit better. That lighting's a little bit harsh, I would say, that comes off of there. But plenty of light. Then over on this side, you do have a shelf up here. So we put a number of different things there. I keep guessing that this is a 40-inch TV. It's definitely bigger than a 32, but it seems smaller than a 42, but somewhere in that range. But plenty of TV for this room, and honestly, we don't really use it except to check where we are once in a while. And then the remainder of cabinet space, we have some of our Crown and Anchor waters and Crown and Anchor wine that they deliver to our room up here. So that is the main room. Let's turn around and get another quick shot of it so you can see the room, especially from this angle. But we found this to be quite a comfortable room to stay in, with plenty of space for us. So let's go and check out the bath. So heading into the bath, again, this is the light on and off for the bathroom. One thing to note, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. No, not really. You might see there's a little bit of light coming through there. That is the night light that never goes off. So if you are, when you are sleeping in here, there's always a bit of light coming out these gaps in the door. So if you need pitch dark, that can sometimes be an issue. Let's turn the main lights back on. And this is the standard junior suite setup. So you'll have a very nice sink over here, a single sink, of course, but you know, very nice granite again on top, decor. They really did a good job with the junior suites on this ship. Some shelving on either side, and a cabinet down here with some additional shelving if you need it, and a trash can. One thing to note, they have this soap tray. It doesn't fit on this soap tray holder, so we keep having to bring it down here because as soon as you touch the soap, it just flies right off that holder. But they keep putting it back. So plenty of storage, plenty of space. And then of course your mirror. Hey everyone. And then you have a nice storage area on the side here. So you have a drawer, it's very tiny. I don't know what you would put in it, but it is there for you to use. And then 3 different cubbies of storage. And of course, as I always note, I appreciate having high storage for medication. And of course you have the standard ship toilet that you will have in every single room, where your towels are hung. And then the main feature of a junior suite being the full tub. So again, it is a full-size tub, plenty of room to shower in. You do have a curtain, but it's not like the old, the curtains in the older ships and the very small showers that would cling to you. You don't have any problems with that, to my experience, with this shower. You have nice tile going around, shelves on either side to store what you bring with you, a clothing hanger that you can string across, your controls. And the one thing I've really enjoyed, let me turn these around to show the logo, is they've started putting these in the junior suites, the Salt and Breeze soap, shampoo, and conditioner. Oop, let me make sure that's in the right frame. Soap, shampoo, and conditioner. I think these are really good products, just as good or even maybe even better than the upgraded ones that you'll find in the higher end suites. So big fan of those. Don't even bring my own products, we just use them. And then of course you have your hand wand. This one does have a 2 different control or 2 different settings for streaming. And one thing to note, plenty of pressure from this shower. So always enjoy a shower with good water pressure. When we did come on the ship, this tub was backing up on us, and they came and fixed it once, but it wasn't really fixed, so it was still backing up on us. So we just asked about it again, no big deal, and they came and did some more work, and now it is draining perfectly. So if you do have a problem like that, excuse me, if you do have a problem like that, just ask somebody, and they will get it taken care of. No big deal. So that is the bathroom. All right, let's head into the closet. Light switch on the side here, simple on and off. And one of the other great features of the junior suite is the closet. I'll try not to show the left. We have a lot of dirty laundry on the floor on the left, but plenty of hanging space. You can see we're here for a week-long cruise and we've barely used any of it. Storage space up on top, plenty of that all the way around. We haven't really used, I mean, I got a couple pieces of clothing sitting up there. And then these sets of cubbies, storage, and all our shoes down there. Again, we're here for a week-long cruise. We've barely used any of the space in this junior suite, so you could stay in here, depending on how much you could pack, for a good while. You do have a hook here, a good place to hang a robe. But the other thing to note here is just the amount of space and floor space in here. You know, I can easily stand in here and get changed if I needed to. If you had some guests in the room, you needed to run in here and do a quick change, you could easily get that done in here. So love the large closet inside the junior suite. So let's head on out to the balcony just to show you the window configuration again. You have a smaller window over there and then a very large, in fact, you're not even seeing it all because it's partially blocked, but a very large window with the sliding door out to the balcony. The door handle itself, you do have a handle on both sides, in and out. So if you get locked, you can come in from the outside. One thing to show, this does have a safety lock right here. I think the best use case is if you have small children, you don't want them going out onto the balcony on their own, you can simply slide that forward and that locks the sliding door in place. I think it's also to keep someone from coming in from the outside, though I think that will happen much more rarely. Let's open that up so we can head out. So open that up. This door sometimes takes a little bit of a shove, but not so bad. It slides quite easily. So let's head on out. So I do love the balcony in this junior suite. You can see here from where it starts to where it heads out, it is very deep. Plenty of room to move about. We have 2 chairs and a table that we move out towards there because we like to sit there and read and have our drinks next to us. And then you have room for 2 full-size loungers. So the space in this one is incredible. Now, not every junior suite on this ship is like this. We are on the middle of one of the bump outs, and on the bump outs on the Oasis class ships, you do get a deeper balcony. So something to look at when you're looking to book a junior suite on this ship. So let's get another view. You do have those loungers. There is the other window in. On this side, you do have a connecting door. So if you had people next to you on the left, they could swing that panel right there back and open up the 2 balconies to each other. On this side, since it's a bulkhead, usually a bulkhead would close that opportunity off, but on this class, they did include this slider right here, so you could have that slid open by your stateroom attendant and connect to the balcony next door. And of course, the best part is the view. We are on our way to Nassau. Left Port Canaveral last night at about 9 o'clock. And we'll get into Nassau at 1 o'clock today. You know, going back to the balcony itself, you do have the clear glass panel railings to go out and look at that incredible view. Sorry about the wind noise. You probably can't see it. I don't think I could zoom in that far, but way out there is Coco Cay, and you can see 2 ships parked there, but not gonna see it on this camera. So, gorgeous views. Let's just swing back. In fact, let's get a view from this angle of the balcony. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of the balcony of this room. So I really hope you enjoyed our tour of room 14636 of Oasis of the Seas on the 14th deck. And it being a junior suite, you know, would we stay in this room again? Well, let's go through what we thought about this room. I'll reiterate some of the things I went over and also add a few things. So on the pro side, you know, the junior suites on this ship are amazing. They are very large and spacious and well appointed. Bathrooms are very nice, the full-size shower is spectacular, but in particular to this junior suite and the location of it, you are on the bump out and you do get that extra depth in the balcony that you don't get in every junior suite on the ship. So those are some really great things going for it. Rebecca also noted that in the bathroom, the sink also has good high water pressure, which actually helps her out in her nightly routine. So she was very appreciative of that. So if you're looking for also not just a shower like I always do, but the sink with some water pressure on it, this room does fit the bill. On the negative side, I can't really give this a room negative. This is more of a maintenance thing, but you know, we did say the shower was backing up at the beginning of this cruise, but we asked about it, they had to come twice, but no big deal. They took care of it, and everything seems to be working now. I'll update the video later in the week if by chance it does start backing up again. That seems to be a chronic issue with this room, but for now I'm gonna go ahead and say that issue has been solved. I am noticing right now, the first time, the lights do kind of blink a bit on and off, and it's all the lights together, so it's not a specific light in the room, so it might be a problem with the dimmer switch, but you know, we don't really have the lights on all that much, so it doesn't bother us so much. One thing to show, I'll tilt the camera up here. If you saw in our previous junior suite, the 14236, there was a curtain in the middle of that room. There is, we did see here, interestingly, we have the track for a curtain right here, but there is no curtain in this room for a divider, which makes complete sense because this is a room that's actually for 2 people, not for 3 or 4. There is no pull-out sofa. So as we also talked about earlier, no pull-out sofa. If you're looking for a room for more than 2 people, they aren't going to let you book this room. So something else to consider when looking at this room. The other big thing that's a potential negative for some, even right now as I'm shooting this video, we are basically right below the kids, this, I don't know if they call it splashaway bay or what have you on the ship, but the splash zone area. So you can hear people walking on the pool deck. Now, most nights it has not been bothersome at all. You know, you hear a few steps every once in a while, but not a big deal. Hasn't kept us up at all. But last night after we left Port Canaveral, there was some type of event up on the pool deck, and we could hear the music from that event that started about 10 and went till past 11. Now I still fell asleep, and you know, we're early sleepers, early get uppers, so we aren't the late party crowd. If you are an early sleeper and a light sleeper, this may not be the room for you. It doesn't bother us in any way, but it is there and it is noticeable. So it is something to consider when looking at this room, or really any room on the 14th deck. Take into consideration what is above you on this ship. So, would we stay in this room considering all of that again? I think we would if it was just the 2 of us, obviously. But usually we've got 2 rooms booked on this cruise. Long story, has to do with COVID. Don't need to go into that, but anyway, we wouldn't typically stay in this room because we usually travel with more than 2 people with our son. So we probably wouldn't book this room again just because of that circumstance, but it was the 2 of us. Yeah, we love it. The views are incredible being up here on the 14th deck. The depth of the balcony and the space there is great. So there are lots of positives about this room, but if you're sensitive to noise, as I said earlier, you may want to avoid this room. So our answer is yes, with a lot of caveats, I'll put it that way. So hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, we'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button down below. And also, check out the rest of the Cruises, Rooms, and Reviews channel. Lots of room reviews and other Royal Caribbean videos for you to check out and hopefully enjoy. And if you do enjoy the channel, definitely subscribe so you don't miss any future cruising content. So that's it. This is Matt from Cruises, Rooms, and Reviews. Happy cruising, everybody.